Hi, Camille and the Studio Birds here with another tutorial, this one for a Turkish map fold book. Nice book, interesting folds. You can create this book by using the measurements below or by purchasing the PDF from my Etsy store. If you are purchasing the PDF, go ahead and print it out. There's two versions, a colored version and a coloring project version. I'm using the coloring project version, and to start out you'll want to go ahead and color this. And then after you color it, you'll want to cut it out. I'm going to use a straight edge and a craft knife, but you can use scissors if you like to go that route. Now there's two pages to this PDF. One page has part of the book and the other page has the other part. So the second part has the two covers and then the accordion that we'll be connecting and using with the pages. So go ahead and cut out the covers. And then the second part is the accordion, and to do that we're going to need to do one thing before we cut it out, and that is to score the fold lines. And I've marked them on there, and all you need to do is just use your straight edge and either a bone folder or something that would work in the same way, like a end of a spoon, the handle of a spoon. And then you can cut those out too. Now we're ready to cover the book, and I'm using commercial binders board. The measurements are below, but you could use anything like the back of a sketchbook. It's dense cardboard. We'll begin by gluing the cover papers onto the cover, and I'm using a PVA. You could use a glue stick or another kind of craft glue. Center it on the back of the cover. I'm using my Teflon folder. And then you're going to cut the corners off to do the turn-ins. And I'm cutting up to the edge but leaving a little gap so that I have enough material to cover the whole board. And then we'll just do the turn-ins. You want to put glue on the board as well as flap. And go all the way around. And do this for both boards. Well, we're done with our covers. Let's go ahead and create our long strip accordion. To do that, I have a little flap on the PDF, and you want to take just a little bit of glue and put it on that flap and attach the two strips together. And then set that aside. We're going to start out by folding the pages of the book, and we're going to be doing this in the Turkish map fold. So to start out, all you need to do is take one of your pages and fold it diagonally in both directions and open it back out. Then you're going to want to look and see which way is up. Here's the text on the page, and you want to have the fold go vertical through the page. So we're going to flip it over, keeping track of what side was right side up, and we're going to fold it in half. Then we're going to open it up, and like a lot of these collapsing petal folds, all you have to do is just take your finger and push in the bottom, and when you do that, you instigate that collapsing fold, and it folds down into a triangle. Press those folds. That will really help as you go along. And we're going to make the next step, do the next step, and the next step is to actually begin to invert these side folds. I'm using a straight edge. You could use a ruler or whatever you choose to use, but this is just going to signify where the center of the triangle is. When I do that, I know how far to fold down the points on either side. So once I've folded the first one down towards the center, then the second one I just fold it to meet this point. And when I do the back, I've got the front as my guide. So flip it over, and you want the fold to line up with the first fold. Press these well. The better they're burnished and pressed, the easier it is in the next step. So now we're ready to invert the folds. To do that, what we want to do is gently open this up a little bit and unfold each of those folds that we just did. To invert the folds, all you have to do is gently open and press this into the center. Press, see how it goes, and just collapses right into the center. Here we've got another one. You want to do it to all four. Work your way around. Press it in so that fold goes from there to there. Fold starts in and comes out. And then press all four of those. And you want to do this for all 3 pages of the book. Now we're ready to create the accordion that the pages are going to sit inside. And we've got our strip here again. And what we're going to do is we're going to fold that accordion strip in half. And it's going to be at that seam where we had the flap. So fold it gently in half. And then open it back out. And then we're going to make our first fold of the accordion. And to do that, we're going to start with that scored first line, and we're going to fold behind at that scored first line. And then we're going to press it. And then we're going to take that fold that we've just created, and we're going to fold that to the center fold. And that creates our first accordion, and you can see how that's beginning to zigzag back and forth. We're going to do the same thing to the other side. Fold to the middle. And then when we bring these two together, we have our completed accordion, and you can see how that goes back and forth. To create our book, we're going to want to glue the pages in valleys, and you can see here that we have a zigzag, so this is the valley and these are the mountains on that. So if we were to set it this way, it would be valleys. If we were to set it this way, it would be mountains. So we want to set the piece of accordion paper down so that we've got valleys in which to place our text pages. So we'll start out by arranging our pages in the right order and right side up. I have done this many times upside down and backwards. So it looks like we've got them all in the right order and they're all right side up, and we're going to begin by just putting just a little bit of glue on one of the sides of our text block. Text pages, actually. And then we're going to glue this in the first valley, and we want to line up the top with the top fold, and we want to line the bottom up with the base of the valley. Then we're going to continue to nest that into this fold. We're going to put glue on the other side and just fold it over, and then you want to keep lining up the base and make sure that you line up the tops. So we want this to be lined up with the page and press. You're going to continue to do this for the other two pages, placing them inside the next two valleys. So we're second piece, put a little glue on it. I like to work from right to left when I glue these, and it just seems to be easier to manipulate them and get them set in the right place. So I glue the second side. Make sure you put enough glue on the top so it's flat when you connect the two. I want to line that up with that top and press as you go. Finish out by gluing in the last page. Now we're ready to put the text block into the cover. You have your cover. I'm going to put glue just on the top of your text block. It doesn't matter. Cover doesn't have any right side up. It's just a solid color. And you're going to center it onto the cover. And then glue the other side. And center the top cover on top. I like to put this under weights so that it dries nice and flat. And here you have. Open it carefully if you got a little glue. Your Turkish mat fold book. Thanks for watching.